There was a time when Myanmar stood among the most prosperous lands in Southeast Asia. Today, it is a country still working to keep pace with the rest of the region. A nation facing many challenges, yet still home to thousands of golden pagodas and spiritual traditions preserved through centuries. From monks quietly collecting alms at dawn to men wearing something that looks like a skirt, and women with golden marks painted across their faces. People here search for fulfillment, not only through material wealth, but through merit, generosity, and a strong sense of community. This is the real everyday life of the people of Myanmar, a country often described today as one of the most dangerous in Southeast Asia. Everyday rhythms. Long before the streets become busy, Myanmar is already awake. As the sky slowly turns pink, the country awakens. Not to alarm clocks, but to the crowing of roosters echoing over tiled rooftops and the gentle sound of prayers drifting from golden pagodas. These are the sounds that many families have heard morning after morning. Kitchen fires are lit before the sun climbs high. Rice, fruit, and simple home-cooked dishes are carefully prepared, not for breakfast, but as offerings for the monks during the morning alms round. Daily life comes into focus in the morning market. The scent of freshly picked vegetables mixes with fragrant spices, while the sound of food sizzling from street stalls fills the air. People come here for more than shopping. They meet neighbors, share news, and strengthen the quiet bonds that hold their communities together. In Myanmar, the home is often a private space. Daily conversations are more likely to unfold in neighborhood tea shops. To understand Myanmar, spend a morning in one of them. From sunrise until late afternoon, these simple wooden tables rarely stay empty. People gather over cups of tea to meet friends, discuss business, share stories, and keep up with everything happening around them. It is no surprise that these tea shops are often described as the country's living room. For a while, the noise of daily struggles and the weight of political uncertainty remain outside the door. Inside, time seems to slow. In Myanmar, many relationships are kept alive around these small wooden tables and endless cups of tea. Faith shapes everyday life. If morning markets and roadside tea shops reveal the rhythm of everyday life in Myanmar, It is faith that gives that rhythm its meaning. Known as the Golden Land, Myanmar is home to one of the world's largest Theravada Buddhist communities, with nearly 90% of its people following the tradition. Buddhism appears in small moments throughout the day. It is not confined to sacred texts or religious ceremonies. It appears in morning offerings, visits to temples, and the small rituals people repeat throughout their lives. Every city, every town, and almost every village is home to at least one Buddhist temple and monastery. From the magnificent golden pagodas that dominate Yangon's skyline, to the thousands of ancient temples scattered across the plains of Bagan, and the quiet monasteries hidden in remote villages, places of worship are never far away. For the people of Myanmar, a temple is far more than a beautiful building. It is a place of refuge, reflection, and inner peace. That deep reverence is reflected in a simple tradition. Before entering any sacred ground, everyone removes their shoes and socks. Whether the stone is scorching beneath the midday sun or wet and slippery after heavy rain, people walk barefoot as a humble expression of respect. The Sangha, the community of Buddhist monks, remains one of the most respected institutions in the country. Among the most important milestones in a person's life is Shin Pyu, the traditional novice ordination ceremony. While anyone may choose to spend time in a monastery, the ceremony holds special significance for boys and young men. Many families believe that having a son enter the monastery brings great merit to the entire family and is one of the best ways a child can honor their parents. For this reason, most Myanmar men will spend part of their lives as monks, once during childhood and often again as adults. Because Shin Pyu follows no fixed calendar, not every visitor has the chance to witness it. Those who have watched one of its colorful processions often come away with a deeper understanding of just how deeply Buddhism shapes life in Myanmar. Faith is not reserved for special occasions. Whether on an ordinary weekday or during a festival, it is common to see long lines of worshippers circling the golden stupa of Shwedagon Pagoda, patiently waiting for their turn to perform the traditional ritual of bathing the Buddha image. Yet Buddhism is only part of Myanmar's spiritual landscape. For centuries, the people of Myanmar have practiced Nat worship alongside Theravada Buddhism, allowing these two belief systems to exist side by side in everyday life. If Buddhism offers a path toward enlightenment and rebirth, Nat worship remains firmly rooted in everyday life, where people seek comfort, protection, and guidance through life's ordinary challenges. The word Nat refers to a wide range of spirits. Some are believed to dwell in mountains, rivers, forests, and ancient trees. Others are the spirits of historical figures or legendary heroes whose extraordinary or tragic deaths transformed them into powerful, supernatural beings. The clearest expression of this spiritual coexistence can be seen during Nat Pui, the traditional spirit festival. The sound of drums and gongs fills the air as waves of traditional music grow faster and more intense. Spirit mediums begin to sway with the rhythm, slowly at first, then faster. Gentler movements give way to powerful, almost uncontrollable motions, until the line between ordinary awareness and trance begins to fade. It is at that moment that many believe the Nat spirits have entered the medium, borrowing a human body to speak to the living. Family and community faith teaches the people of Myanmar what they can give to others: thankfulness and kindness. Over time, these values have grown beyond religion. They are the foundations of family and community life. Hospitality comes naturally to the people of Myanmar. A traditional greeting is often accompanied by a slight bow, both hands placed gently over the stomach, and a warm smile. Behind those gentle smiles lies a strong sense of community that has held society together for generations. Here, the well-being of the community often comes before individual interests. People grow up believing that no one truly lives alone, because every life is closely connected to the lives of others. Nowhere is this more visible than in the countryside. When a family builds a new home, neighbors come together to help. At harvest time, they work side by side, cutting rice, carrying crops, and finishing the fields before the seasonal rains arrive. Few expect payment or anything in return. Helping one another is simply part of everyday life. Perhaps it is the country's long agricultural tradition that has shaped this way of thinking. Even the water buffalo holds a special place in Myanmar's culture. More than a working animal, it has long been a trusted companion in the rice fields. For generations, the image of a farmer walking beside a single buffalo has been a familiar part of the landscape. Even today, when a buffalo crosses the road, people of all ages patiently step aside and let it pass first. Years of working side by side in the fields have taught people that when one family does well, everyone around them benefits too. A typical household often includes around 8 family members spanning 3 generations, all living under the same roof. In many villages, relatives build their homes close to one another, creating tightly connected communities that endure across generations. Like much of Asia, children in Myanmar are raised not only by their parents, but also by the wider community, growing up with the reassurance that they belong to something greater than themselves. Respect for elders is one of the country's deepest values, taught from early childhood. Grandparents are regarded as the guardians of family history, tradition, and wisdom, while important decisions are often made together, with the well-being of the family taking priority over individual desires. That same sense of community can also be seen around the everyday meal. Food culture. Myanmar's cuisine reflects the people and culture of the country in a very direct way. It is a cuisine built around sharing, shaped by the land, and influenced by China, India, and Thailand, while still keeping a character of its own. A meal in Myanmar is not served in separate portions. Instead, all the dishes are placed in the center of the table for everyone to share. Rice is the heart of the meal, usually eaten with mild curries cooked with onion, garlic, ginger, and turmeric, alongside a clear soup, fresh vegetables, and dipping sauces made from fermented fish or shrimp paste. Myanmar's food culture is closely tied to fish and seafood, thanks to the country's many rivers and long coastline. No dish represents Myanmar better than mohinga, a steaming bowl of fish noodle soup that many consider the country's national dish and a favorite breakfast across the country. Behind the simple appearance of mohinga lies a rich blend of flavors. A warm fish broth carries the fragrance of lemongrass, ginger, and turmeric, served with rice noodles and local ingredients that change from one region to another. No two bowls of mohinga are exactly the same, yet they all share one familiar taste: the taste of a Myanmar morning. In Myanmar, tea is not only poured into warm cups, it also appears on colorful plates of food. Alongside the milk tea served in roadside tea shops, there is lapet thoke, a fermented tea leaf salad mixed with roasted peanuts, beans, fried garlic, dried shrimp, sesame seeds, and lime juice. This unexpected combination creates a dish unlike almost anything else in the world. Even the way people eat reflects Myanmar's unique cultural traditions. Many people traditionally eat with their right hand, a practice rooted in long-held beliefs about cleanliness and respect. Another long-standing tradition across Myanmar is chewing betel. Known locally as kunya, it is made by wrapping betel leaf around areca nut, tobacco, and spices. Small betel stalls can be found everywhere, with fresh green leaves neatly arranged along the streets. From workers to young women, many people still see it as a familiar part of daily life. Beyond the dining table, Myanmar's cultural identity continues to unfold on the streets, through the traditional clothing people still wear as part of everyday life. Traditional dress. Under Myanmar's tropical sun and humid climate, clothing has long been shaped by comfort and simplicity. For many visitors, the first surprise comes before they visit a temple or taste the food. It happens on the street when they see men everywhere are wearing what looks like a skirt. In reality, it is Myanmar's traditional dress. Men wear a paso, while women wear a longyi. Men tie the fabric with a knot at the front, while women fold and fasten it neatly at the side. To many first-time visitors, this style of dress may look unusual. But for the people of Myanmar, they find it remarkably comfortable, almost like a natural form of air conditioning in the country's hot and humid climate. It is also especially well suited to Buddhist life, offering both comfort and modesty during meditation and religious ceremonies. While traditional clothing in many countries is reserved for festivals or special occasions, in Myanmar, it remains part of everyday life. Perhaps that is why the longyi has survived for so long. It was never only a tradition to protect, it was simply part of living. One of Myanmar's oldest beauty secrets is thanaka. Made by grinding the bark of certain trees into a pale yellow paste, it has been part of daily life for generations, serving as a natural cosmetic, a skincare treatment, and protection from the tropical sun. Thanaka belongs to everyone. Children, elders, men, and women all wear it as part of everyday life. Traditional festivals. In Myanmar, the calendar does not move quietly. Almost every month brings a celebration rooted in Buddhism or indigenous beliefs. Yet none is more vibrant than Thingyan, Myanmar's traditional New Year festival, held each April and lasts for about 4 or 5 days. During those days, the streets turn into rivers. From small buckets outside homes to trucks filled with water rolling through the streets, people splash water at each other amid music and laughter. Behind this joyful tradition is the belief that water washes away the misfortunes of the past year, making room for a fresh and peaceful beginning. But Thingyan is more than joyful water fights and laughter. It is also a time for visiting temples, making donations, offering alms, and expressing gratitude to parents, teachers, and elders. When the rainy season comes to an end, Myanmar shines once again during Thadingyut, the Festival of Lights. Millions of candles, lanterns, and strings of lights illuminate homes, streets, and temple grounds, welcoming the Buddha's return after 3 months of preaching in the heavenly realm. It is also a time when people pray for wisdom, let go of ignorance, and express gratitude and respect to parents, grandparents, teachers, and elders. The light, therefore, does more than brighten the streets. It strengthens the bonds that connect families and communities. As the last lights of Thadingyut begin to fade, Tazongdang takes their place, replacing lights on the ground with stars created by human hands. In the city of Taongi, dozens of giant hot air balloons rise into the night sky. Glowing softly against the darkness, they carry both light and silent prayers for peace, prosperity, and abundant harvest season. Nurtured by thousands of years of rice farming and Buddhist tradition, festivals in Myanmar have never been simply days of celebration. But down on the ground, everyday life in Myanmar remains a journey of constantly learning to adapt to the challenges of the present. Living with contradictions. In Myanmar, an outward sense of tranquility does not always mean an easy life. Behind the golden pagodas, endless rice fields, and unhurried pace of daily life lies a country that has learned to live with constant challenges. Each rainy season brings the water that nourishes the fields, yet within days, the same rains can trigger floods and landslides. Located where 4 major tectonic plates meet, Myanmar is also one of the most geologically active regions in Southeast Asia, where earthquakes remain an ever-present threat. Time and again, nature has left its mark on roads, bridges, homes, and farmland. In many rural communities, roads remain rough. Electricity can disappear without warning, and access to modern healthcare and education is still far from guaranteed. At the same time, more than 135 ethnic groups share this land, making the search for harmony across different languages, cultures, and traditions an ongoing journey. Yet despite these challenges, many people choose to stay. Not because they have no other choice, but because home has never been just a place to live. It is where their parents are waiting for dinner, where the temple they have visited since childhood still stands, where a neighbor will quietly help rebuild a roof after a storm without ever being asked, and where the same rice fields have sustained generation after generation of the same family. Faith teaches them to accept what cannot be changed. Community gives them the strength to keep moving forward. The roots of Myanmar's people run deep, as enduring as the foundations of its ancient temples. Their lives remain tied to the rhythm of the monsoon rains and to every grain of rice grown in the fields their ancestors once called home. Long after the golden temples and festivals fade from memory, many visitors remember something much smaller. Myanmar does not cling to the past, nor does it rush toward the future. Instead, its people quietly find a way to let both exist side by side. If this journey into everyday life in Myanmar has stayed with you, we would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more journeys into the people, cultures, and hidden stories that make our world so extraordinary.